So we take care of a lot of different patients here at the Women's HIV program, including corporate executives and university officials, but most of our patients are women of color who are poor and struggling with an array of medical and social challenges that can make their lives really overwhelming. We do a really good job here helping people get on HIV treatment, but we struggle a lot with people, the impact of all of the trauma and all of the stress and stigma that our patients have faced in their lives. And when our patients die, they don't tend to die from HIV, they tend to die from murder, from suicide, from overdose, from hopelessness and isolation.
Ella I met several years ago when she was first diagnosed. She's a lovely woman who wasn't very stable housing-wise, and since she's been in our program, we've actually been able to get her stable with housing and taking her meds. But she's been having some difficulty lately. She's been more sick, needing dialysis and more treatment. Her blood pressure has been out of control, and we figured that it would be a really good idea that she start maybe thinking about going to Maitri. We thought about this maybe several months ago when her kidneys were starting to fail. And Maitri has been a fabulous place for her to go and get dialysis treatment on a regular basis, which is something that she was not able to do prior to going to Maitri. Her lifestyle was more disorganized even though she was housed, and it was hard for her to take her meds, and she was losing weight. Today, she's much, much better. She's able to eat a lot of food. She actually, when I went to visit her the other day, she told me that she can't fit into her jeans anymore. So now she has put on some weight. She's going to dialysis treatment. And now she's going 3 days a week like she's supposed to, and is much healthier because of that. So Maitri offers our patients the stability that they need and the support that they need to really succeed and get their life back on track.
Anytime we have a patient that is struggling, that we're overwhelmed by, that we can't help enough ourselves, we think of Maitri. And a lot of times we think, well, we can't have that person be at Maitri because it's not totally appropriate for Maitri to take care of all of our patients. Or that they have a problem that they're struggling with, like substance abuse or depression, and it's not totally appropriate to just have them all go to Maitri for their problems. But boy, we think about it for all of those patients, and we try to think of, when we're overwhelmed, like, who is the right candidate to go to Maitri with, honestly, with respect to Maitri and their environment and their capacities. Who do we save, so to speak, for Maitri? And use them really only when we have a patient like Ella who absolutely needs to be only there and will fare really well because of that.
Mm-hmm.
Our need for a place like Maitri far exceeds Maitri's capacity right now. We would love for there to be more capacity at Maitri. The impact that they're having on the patients we refer them is transformative, genuinely. I'm not overstating that.
And their experience is, they talk about it. I wish I could go back to Maitri. Or when they're struggling, if they get into struggles again, it's I want to go back to Maitri, or I wish I could go back to Maitri, because they just find it to be such a supportive, caring environment.
Dr. Eddie, he's a nice guy, like I said before. I'm happy that he brought me here, told me come here, because he know what was best for me. And I kept arguing like I don't need to be here, but it's wrong now. I need to be here. If I didn't have to come here, I would die. I know it.